Welcome back to Fit in 15 Total Body Confidence program. We are in week 1, day 3, and today, if you can tell, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Today we're gonna focus more on mobility, our flexibility. We're gonna get some stretching in. We're just gonna make sure that we decompress from the last 2 days of our workout. So let me introduce you, as always, to my ladies in the back. I've got to the right, Miss Sonia here. She's ready to work on her flexibility. And then I've got to my left, we've got Liz. She's gonna work on her flexibility. I don't know if they're excited for this workout or not, but believe me, once we're done, you're gonna be ready for tomorrow. So let's start with some neck stretches. So I just want you to lean to the left. Try to get your left ear to your shoulder as much as possible. And then we're gonna go to the right. Remember, during these stretches, we're taking our time the entire time. We're not in a rush. I want you to feel the entire stretch. So we're gonna go back to our left, and let's grab our head a little bit to press a little bit more. And then go back to the right. Just feel that stretch. And now let's get our chin, try to touch your chest. Remember, during this time, just keep your chest up, shoulders back. And then let's put our head all the way back, all the way to the sky. And then just give me some full rotations all the way around. So as you're going through this rotation, I want to make sure you're getting your chin to your chest, head all the way to the sky, ears to the shoulders. And let's go the opposite way. All right, so now we're gonna go down our body to our shoulders. So we're gonna do what I like to call the shoulder figure eights. So we're gonna start with our right arm, and we're gonna take it into a figure 8 across the body, all the way back. Full rotation of that shoulder. As I'm bringing it back to my body, make sure your palms are going down, away from, and then up towards the sky. So just get that full rotation in. Remember, we're taking our time today. Keep that core tight the entire time. Just full through, and let's just switch it up. Let's go to our left arm. And remember, I want full extension, full rotation. So this is just working on our flexibility, mobility today. I know you're probably a little bit tired. This is just week 1, and so we've probably shocked your body these first 2 days. So we're just recovering. We're just focusing on recovery. Remember, continue to breathe the entire time through this. Couple more. All right, so now we're gonna go into just a wrist and elbow flexion. So take your right hand, and I just want you to push your wrist down. Feel that stretch in your wrist. You're gonna also feel it in your forearm. And then I want you to point your palm out, fingers to the sky, and pull back. So now as we pull back, I want you to pull your hand to your shoulder and raise that elbow. So I'm gonna go bother Sonia here, see how her flexibility is doing here. So you see here, she's got her hand to her shoulder. I'm gonna raise that elbow just a little bit so she can get a deeper stretch. Her core is tight the entire time. This bicep's bulging through this shirt here. And let's switch it up. So we're gonna go back to the left hand, push down, get that full stretch in your wrist. And then let's bring our palm out. And then pull back to our shoulder, get that elbow up. Let's check out Liz, see her flexibility here. So you see Liz, she's extended all the way back to the shoulder. I'm gonna keep her elbow in, and I'm gonna push it up just a bit for a deeper stretch. And make sure you're breathing the entire time. Her core is tight here. Keep that stretch. All right, so now we're gonna go into a cross-body arm swings. This is more dynamic, so instead of a static stretch, we're gonna get some more mobility and movement here. So we're just gonna open our arms out, push out our chest. I'm pinching my shoulder blades here, and then cross the body, tightening that core, coming right back out. And so we're gonna switch our arms, one on top of the other. And remember, full extension, chest is out and open, and you're pinching those shoulder blades here. So you take your time. I wanna make sure you have full extension, and I wanna make sure you're stretching as far as you can, almost like you're gonna hug yourself. Here we go. So we're gonna check on my ladies here. Make sure we're getting this full extension. So you see Liz here, she's got this full extension here. She's pinching her shoulder blades here. She comes across. The chest is up and open the entire time. There we go. Same thing. You see Sonia, she's pinching. She's making sure it's obvious that she's pinching, holding that for 1 or 2 seconds, hugging herself, coming back to it. Great work, ladies. So I'm gonna get a couple more in here. Remember, we're not in a rush. We're taking our time. We wanna get as flexible as possible. We're just recuperating from the last couple of days. So now with this same movement, I want you to take your right arm, cross your body, your left arm underneath, and just hold and fully stretch. So you should feel a full stretch in that shoulder and those deltoids. So I'm gonna come over to Liz, work on a little bit of flexibility here. So you see here, she's still breathing, the core's tight. Now what I want you to do is take an inhale, deep breath, and exhale. As she exhales, I'm stretching just a little bit deeper. So also make sure if your arm starts to shake, let's loosen that. Let's not get into too deep of a stretch. Keeping that core tight the entire time. And now let's come back, let's switch. So we're gonna take our left arm across the chest, right arm underneath. If you notice, I'm right at my elbow, so I'm pushing down on my elbow so I can get a deeper stretch here. Remember, keep that core tight the entire time, and just a full stretch. Let's check on Sonia, see how her flexibility is today. So you've got Sonia here. Main thing here, core is tight. She's breathing the entire time, so she's not holding her breath. I want you to take a deep breath for me and exhale. So on the exhale is when you get deeper into that stretch. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna go into what I call a thoracic flexion to chest opener. So we're gonna sit here, we're gonna have our elbows tight to our sides, and we're just gonna push straight forward. If you see here, my back is going to round out, so I'm pushing straight forward, core is tight, and then I'm gonna pull back, pinching my shoulder blades, opening up my chest, hold that for about 2 seconds, and then we're coming right back. And you can pinch again. Make sure when we're coming in to pinch, that's when you're gonna exhale. So we'll inhale on the push out, tightening that core, come back, chest is open, shoulders are tight, push back. I am squeezing and pinching those shoulder blades. Push back out. Same movement. So now what I want you to do, we're gonna get into a kneeling thoracic rotation. So we're gonna come down here, just open up here. And what I'm gonna actually do, have you put your hands behind your head, and you're just gonna kneel down. All the way down. Feel that full stretch, rotation in that torso. And feel free, if you have any lower back pain, feel free to hold that stretch and come right back up. So what I like to do to get some of a workout with this, instead of alternating, I'm gonna do 10 on each side, and then I'll switch. And come down, come on up. So with each rotation, I'm just trying to get progressively deeper into that stretch. And remember, keep that core tight the entire time. Our core is going to be tight the entire time. We're gonna continue to breathe the entire time. Just keep breathing here. There we go. I see you back there, Sonia. She's getting deep into there, getting that full rotation there. Open it up. Remember, as you come up, open up your chest. So if you need to open up, push your elbows back, keep those hands behind your head the entire time. There we go. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come down on all fours. This is what I like to call threading the needle. So this is gonna be, we're gonna work our torso, get a good stretch, but also shoulders. So we're gonna come down. We're here on all fours, so I wanna make sure that your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. And then we're gonna take our right arm, stretch it underneath, all the way through. And what we're gonna try and do is get that shoulder to touch the ground. So I'm gonna come in, all the way, full rotation. Let's hold it for about 2 seconds, come right back out. So if you notice, my back's gonna be flat. We're gonna go to Sonia so I can give you more of a demonstration here. So you see Sonia, her back is flat. She's fully stretched, and come back out of that for me. And then go right back into it. So she's getting her shoulder all the way to the ground. Take a deep breath for me, Sonia. And I'm gonna stretch just a little bit further for her. And the entire time, she's breathing the entire time. Let's make sure we switch it up, go to the other side. Let's go bother Liz a little bit, see how she's doing. So you see Liz here, if you notice, she has to work a little bit on her flexibility. She's totally aware of that. So with this, she may not be able to get as deep. She may not be able to get her shoulder all the way down. So take a deep breath for me, Liz, and I'm gonna pull just a little bit. So as I feel that there's some tension, I feel her pulling back, I'm gonna get out of that stretch and not go as deep. All right, great work, ladies. So we're gonna stay down here. So we're gonna do our kneeling quadruped shoulder cars. So we're still back here on all fours. Remember, your hands are gonna be underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So while we're here, flat back, I want you to raise your right arm up. We're gonna bring it out, rotate it so it's comfortable, and then turn it and bring it all the way back. So we're coming right back across, right in front of you, back down to the ground. So I want you to do about 5 of these before we switch. All the way out. Remember, rotate it so it's comfortable, come right back out. So it's still, the entire time, we're staying about eye level. So our arms are gonna stay about eye level. Let's check on Sonia, see if we can make any modifications here. So she's coming back out, back down. Come back up for me. She's gonna rotate that, and I'm gonna keep it even lower for her. So instead of going high, usually when you feel that tension, you wanna go high, we're gonna keep it low. So it's all eye level. If she had eyes in the back of her head, she should be able to see her arm. All right, good work. So we see Liz here, same thing. You see the tension here in her arm. She wants to raise that arm up, but what we're gonna do is she comes back, bring it back up for me. I'm gonna make sure she keeps it eye level. So if she had eyes in the back of her head, it'd be eye level with her. All right, great work, ladies. So let's get on our backs. We've got a supine spinal twist. So supine is just really on our backs. So we're gonna lay on our backs, knees bent, and we're gonna go right to the right. So we're just gonna twist our body. Make sure you keep that opposite shoulder on the ground, and you're gonna hold your knees for a stretch. We're just working our lower body, our lower back here. So with my ladies here, I always like to work on their flexibility. So we're gonna go to Sonia here. So you see Sonia here, she's got both legs down here. What I want her to do is she's gonna take her arm here and she's gonna push down on those knees for a deeper stretch. Her shoulder's still on the ground. So what I'm gonna do is, so she gets a deeper stretch, I'm gonna push these knees up and push down to the ground. And make sure she's breathing the entire time. So let's switch, go the other way. So let's bother Liz and see how she's doing. All right, so we've got Liz down here. So what I want you to do here, we're gonna take this arm, put it on those legs, and push down. So she's breathing the entire time. I see her grimacing a bit on her face. So I'm gonna move her arm, and I'm gonna bring those legs down more. And we're just gonna stretch. Remember, we've done so many burpees, squats. We wanna make sure we just fully recover so we can get back at it tomorrow. All right, so that's us working on our flexibility, our mobility today. Hope we're getting ready for tomorrow. But per usual, we always wanna work on our core. So we're gonna go into a side reach. So we're just gonna sit back down, and we're just gonna slowly come up and just reach to the side. Fully getting that rotation in, just working on this core. Today's workout, like I said, is just about recovery. We're making sure that we can get back at it tomorrow with no excuses because we're raising that level of intensity. So keep reaching. Remember, we're going to be slightly sitting back. I could sit here, feel my abs tight, and I'm just reaching. There we go. A few more, ladies. Good work. All right, now we're going to go into what I like to call the windshield wipers. So you're going to lay flat on your back, legs in the air, and we're just going to go side to side. So you're going to touch the ground, come back up, touch back down. There we go. So let's check on my ladies here. I'm going to add a few modifications to this here. So if you don't have a tight core, one modification we can do is slightly bend your knees. So I'm going to have Sonia bend her knees instead of making them straight out. And she's just going to go side to side. And then we can test her core strength today. So let's put your feet up. Now I'm going to give her some pressure. I'm going to give some momentum. Push down, push back. Core is tight the entire time. She's probably hating me right now. But we're turning this into a good workout. There we go. Couple more windshield wipers, ladies. I'm going to get some in as well. So remember, there's different ways you can do this. If your core is not as tight, put your hands underneath your butt. If you've got tighter core, hands behind your head, and just come down and touch and go. You can also put your hands to the side, touch and go. Let's see how Liz is doing over here. So you see Liz, she's got her hands to the side, and she's just going side to side. I'm gonna push down just a bit. There we go. All right, great work. So last ab workout, we're gonna do the elbow to knee crunch. So we're gonna come down here, fully extend those legs. I'm leaning slightly back, and we're just gonna come right to the elbow crunch. So instead of alternating, I wanna get a workout out of this. Let's do about 10, and then we'll switch. Right there. Remember, try to get that elbow to the knee. Great work. And then we'll switch it up. Remember, we're building that total body confidence. Workouts don't always have to be intense. We don't always have to squat. We don't always have to lift weights. It's always important that we have some sort of recovery, some sort of dynamic mobility workout. And that's what we're gonna do on the third day of every single week. Couple more. Push through, ladies. I know those abs are on fire. And feel free, just continue to alternate. Couple more. We're almost there. All right, great work, great work. You finished day 3, week 1. We're gonna have on the third day of every week some sort of mobility work to help us recover so we can come back 110% the following day. Get some water, make sure you get some rest, because tomorrow we're raising up that level of intensity. See you later. This is how you build that total body confidence right here, right now. Great work, ladies.